Our inner lives are shaped by what we focus on. And this is part of the power that philosophy has for us, or any kind of thinking like that, and any kind of practice like that, a spirituality, a religion, in my case, philosophy especially. It's a kind of lens through which you look at things, and the way you look at things, the kind of lens you use, where you put your focus, will change your sense and experience of things. So if we're caught in the daily grind and in the anxieties, actually if we're caught in fear, that's more it. If we're caught in the particulars of getting through the moment with a fearful sense of what could go wrong, for example, then we're very narrowed. Our focus is narrowed, and we only see the problems and the challenges and the risks, and we start to feel like this is the most real thing. So my temporary life, and especially my life in this day, in this week, in this month, is the most real thing ever. I won't say that's false. What I'll say is if we shift the lens, something else becomes more real. So philosophy, in its metaphysical way of thinking, just like spiritualities, just like different religions, they're a metaphysical way of thinking in the sense that they take us into a different focus on a different aspect of things. So we might think about time more deeply and broadly, and space as this thing that's flowing. And so we start to get a sense of the smallness of our particular neurotic life, and we start to feel the reality of the bigger picture of which we're a part. So it starts to feel like a part of our own subjectivity. You start to get a sense and you start to feel the bigger picture of things, and that shapes how you feel inwardly. It shapes your emotions, your thoughts, it shapes your experience. So this is the one of the deep values of the discipline of philosophy, or the discipline of different spiritualities or religions, is that you take a different lens to life, and that starts to shape how you experience life. That in turn starts to shape how you are in the world, what you do, so that you're free to become more creative. The narrow lens opens, you broaden your vision, and you can see other deeper connections, and you can see them in part because you're so much more calm about things, especially at this deep level inside yourself. And so you can create a life that's much more what you want, and that's in tune with this sense of the bigger things. And that's a life that sort of opens the portals to meaning. It opens the doorways in yourself, in your soul, in your mind, to various forms of meaning, whether they exist at an emotional level, at a felt level, which is something a little bit different, at an intellectual level, at the linguistic level, and at the level of your action and how you move through the world. So if this is an area of your life that you're not particularly invested in, but you feel like maybe you should, well, it's something that has the potential to transform your life. If you have a sense of a particular philosophy, spirituality, or religion that you're really inclined to, and you kind of step in and out of, finding the way to really step into it and make it a deep part of your life is one of the best things you could do. In some senses, it's the best thing you could do. It's the best thing you could do if it takes hold of you in a deep way, and if it's a rich form of whatever it is. If it's a form that leads you to engage with the universals of, goodness and truth and beauty and being present with others. So of course there are, ways of being fanatical and shutting off in these. But that's not the idea. That's where it goes corrupt, where it goes wrong. If you find a really healthy spirituality, and that's often about you, for most of the big ones, it's about you relating to it in a very healthy way, and maybe being around people who relate to it in healthy ways rather than neurotic or negative ways. If you do that, then this becomes a portal to real growth inwardly and outwardly. Okay.